What it do, YouTube? There's Tactical back another video. Super Sunday. That's right. You see, you got my Steeler jersey on. Six Bird. That's right. Six World Championships. Give it up. This is one of my old school shirts. Just let y'all see my old school one. Got all the titles right there. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't got none. We got six. You know what I'm saying? Hines Ward, in case you don't know, first ballot Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. Okay. This dude's a stud right here. Y'all don't know Hines Ward was a stud. Do your homework. Dude played at Georgia, recruited as I think he came in as a wide receiver, moved to running back, played quarterback. He had an immaculate career in Pittsburgh. Guy had great hands, great route runner, high IQ, team player, and could block his ass off. What more do you want from a wide receiver? I mean, he was basically a team captain. I mean, this dude was a stud. Why did we hire Mike McCarthy? Don't get me started. I'll just say in one word what I think about him: trash. The guy is garbage. I don't know. I mean, we went from Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin to Mike McCarthy. Let that sink in. That is a downgrade. The guy is terrible. He was terrible in Green Bay. Only reason why they run because they had Aaron Rodgers. Went to Dallas, couldn't do shit down there. I guess he's a touch bit better than 08 and 8 Jason Garrett. But hey, Cowboy Nation been struggling since Mike Irvin them left up out of there. They ain't even done shit since then. So that organization is trash. But Pittsburgh, we got a legacy that spans from the 70s all the way throughout. We don't lose. We win division championships. We always have a winning record. Mike Tomlin, 3 coaches in the franchise history. Come on, man. How many people can say that? 3 head coaches in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you go down and get Mike McCarthy. Man, let me get on topic. But anyway, man, Super Bowl home invasions, man. This is a day when a lot of shit go down, and you better be prepared. Got a couple of clips I'm gonna show you. This is when a lot of the little goon squad they come out, the Skinny Jean Mafia, the YCs. You got the cartels are busy on this weekend. You got all the South American gangs, Venezuelan gangs, Colombian gangs. They all busy today. You got all the neighborhood gangs busy today. Everybody busy. Everybody gonna try to come up today. Last year's Super Bowl was down here. Philly, Kansas City, and we had a little terror attack in the beginning of the year. Rest in peace to all those folks lost their lives. And then we had to push the Super Bowl back to make sure everything was safe. And then they did the Super Bowl. So then Taylor Swift came through here, sold the whole city out. So it was cranking last year in New Orleans out here. But this year is in Santa Clara, California. A lot of y'all don't know, I'm from the Bay Area. Santa Clara is about 25 miles south of San Francisco. It ain't even in San Francisco, but they're going to be showing all the clips of Fisherman's Wharf, the Golden Gate Bridge, downtown San Francisco, Alcatraz. They're going to be showing all that stuff. Man, if you ain't never been out west, Santa Clara ain't nowhere near San Francisco. Nowhere near. It's a small little town. It's kind of squashed in between San Jose and the lower end of Northern California, like maybe, Santa Clara, like right outside of like not quite San Jose, but is a little bit past Hayward, Fremont, down that little area. Ain't shit there. Basically, in high school, we used to go there. They had Great America there, amusement park, and that was the only thing that was in Santa Clara, other than Santa Clara University, where Steve Nash played ball at. The point guard Steve Nash, he played at Santa Clara, and they had a little hoop team. They had a couple of players. I mean, Steve Nash came out of there. I can't think of somebody else came out of there too. But other than that, there ain't nothing in Santa Clara other than Santa Clara University, Great America, and now Levi Stadium. And so, that's another thing. These places be showing different cities where they don't even play no more. I think if I'm staying in the city of San Francisco, I'm suing because first of all, why y'all still using my name and you don't even play in my city? And then you're gonna be showing the skyline of San Francisco. If I'm Santa Clara, if I'm Santa Clara, I'm suing. Like y'all need to be showing my city. But see, they ain't got nothing to show though. But anyway, so the Goon Squad is gonna be out today. They always do. My prediction is there will be an NFL player home robbed today. I don't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying I just know it's gonna happen probably today, and we're gonna see who it is because it happens all the time. So stand by. Let me show you a clip of a few incidents over past year's Super Bowl. Some of these are big profile name people, and so it can happen to anybody. So stand by. This is an emergency. This is Rob Gronkowski calling, and while I was gone, my whole house got robbed while on the Super Bowl trade.
Armed gunmen broke into retired NFL star Richard Sherman's Washington State home in the middle of the night. His wife and children all there at the time. Crazy. The Super Bowl champion sharing videos from his home surveillance system to get help finding the culprits. Here's ABC's Melissa Adon. Watch as a screen pops out of this window, followed by three armed intruders jumping onto the deck, making their escape from the suburban Seattle home of retired NFL star Richard Sherman. Sherman sharing the surveillance video on social media, along with photos of three masked suspects walking through his house. At least one of the intruders appears to be holding a duffel bag and a gun. The Kings County Sheriff's Office says the break-in happened just after midnight on Sunday, which happened to be Sherman's birthday. The retired defensive back says his wife and children were at the home at the time, adding that his wife kept the kids safe. Sherman says he shared the images online to get the public's help in finding the suspects. It's not clear if anything was taken. The home invasion at the Sherman home comes as the FBI has been urging professional athletes to take security precautions after a rash of burglaries targeting NBA and NFL players, including Patrick Mahomes, who said this last year after a burglary at his Kansas City home.
Obviously, it's frustrating, it's disappointing. I mean, I can't get into too many of the details because the investigation is still ongoing. But obviously, something that you don't want to happen to really anybody, but obviously yourself.
Federal prosecutors have charged 7 Chilean nationals with transporting cash and valuables stolen from the homes of half a dozen pro athletes. Now, $40,000, that's what the victim of a violent home invasion is offering to find the man who beat her with a gun and stole her jewelry.
Delicia Cordone is speaking out for the first time since the crime made national headlines back in July, and she's still pointing the finger at her famous ex-boyfriend, NFL player LaShawn McCoy. Fox 5's Portia Bruner is live in the newsroom with details. Portia?
Well, Delicia Cordone says she is offering the large reward because she wants to
I have panic attacks. I can't sleep at night. I can't.
Delicia Cordone says she cannot shake the terror of being pistol whipped and robbed at the home of her ex-boyfriend, Buffalo Bills player LaShawn McCoy.
I live my life in fear. Every day, not knowing if I'm walking past the man who savagely attacked me.
With her attorney, her private investigator, and others at her side, including the cousin who was with her the night of the attack, Ms. Cordone spoke publicly Friday for the first time since the violent July 10th home invasion. She says a man entered the house at 3 a.m. but did not use force to get inside the Milton home.
A masked man stood on my bed over top of me, striking me in my face and my head numerous times with a pistol, while demanding specific items of jewelry that had been given to me by LaShawn McCoy.
Although Milton police say the case remains under investigation and no suspects have been identified, Cordone says she is certain her ex-boyfriend is connected to the crime.
To be clear, very clear, I believe that LaShawn McCoy was involved in the attack.
A claim he's denied on social media. McCoy and his attorneys have not responded to our requests for comment. He's reportedly declined to talk to Milton police as well. Milton police say all of the parties who did give statements gave conflicting statements about what happened that night. They also noted, quote, multiple material inconsistencies. Meantime, Cordone says she is personally offering a $40,000 reward to turn in the suspect and restore her sense of peace.
I'm gonna always be.
Okay, you saw that. Yeah, Gronk, man. Yeah, I remember the Gronk one. That was really that stood out to me because I remember he did the call himself, and he said that it wasn't an emergency. Like, right. I mean, I agree with him. It ain't an emergency. If you come home, everything's looted, and ain't nobody there. This ain't no true 911 call. It's just like send a detective out here so he can do a report. You know what I'm saying? So I like Gronk. He picked up on that. It wasn't an emergency. Don't send the boom squad out here because it's over now. So that was Gronk. And you saw the other one, Richard Sherman. I remember that one too. That stood out vividly because the reason why Richard Sherman put it on his social media platform. You know, everybody know. If you don't know Richard Sherman, he speaks on his. I remember Richard Sherman back at Stanford University. We played with Andrew Luck. And yeah, he was a stud out there. He got recruited as a wide receiver and then moved to a DB. So I grew up in the Bay Area. I remember Cal had Aaron Rodgers, Marshawn Lynch, Deshaun Jackson. I mean, they were loaded. Both these schools had tons of good players playing at them, Cal and Stanford. Like I said, Luck was the eventually #1 pick, and Richard Sherman was on that team too. And there's a couple other guys that I'm missing that was on that Stanford team that went to the league. But yeah, Richard Sherman got his house robbed, and you saw that one. You saw the other one right there, Patrick Mahomes, Jason Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? But that last one I showed you was kind of interesting, though. LaShawn McCoy. Now, that one right there, I like Shady McCoy, man. That was my dude. I watched him play, too, at University of Pittsburgh. He was a stud coming out of the University of Pittsburgh. I think he got drafted by the Eagles, balled out there for the Eagles, had a great career there. Shady McCoy was one of the best running backs in the league. But now after, like I said, I remember that case came out where his ex-girlfriend got pistol whipped and all that kind of stuff. And they demanded, certain jewelry and stuff. It's still a little shady because you saw the report at the end. He said like, well, there's some conflicting information coming in and details are all off. So I don't know what went on with that one. But the thing that rolls my eyebrow is that they came in, didn't break in. So that means they had a key or had access to something and got all the way up in there and stood on top of her bed, pistol whipped her, bop, 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 and demanded certain items. And I'm not going to say it didn't happen. It did happen because they showed the real report showed you had to go deep and find it yourself. But I saw the real report. She did have bruises and face on her face. She really got beat up, pistol whipped. But here's the part that kind of like, I don't know, man, because she was acting a little bit, that little crying and I can't sleep no more and all that shit. I'm like, man, look, man, don't let these chicks fool you, man. A lot of these chicks they grow up in violent neighborhoods just like everybody else and anybody else. They're not no different just because they pretty and look good. And now they a baddie, and then all of a sudden now they traumatized by all this kind of shit that they grew up with. Man, a lot of these bitches been slapped, beat down. They had relatives that have been in domestic violence relationship, been, all kind of craziness. And then when they get with a rich person, all of a sudden everything's traumatic. Man, as I digress, but yeah, I think that's the shadiest one right there. But the Mahomes and Kelsey, man, that's inside information. Somebody y'all had Gronk, Gronk. He was a partier too. So, he be hanging out with OnlyFans people and they got hanger-oners and all that kind of stuff. So Gronk probably was set up too. Kelsey and Mahomes definitely was set up. That was total inside information right there. And the Shady McCoy one, yeah, that's a mess right there. We don't know what's going on because it sounded like it was a bad breakup and he wanted his jury back. I don't know why dudes, when they buy stuff for these chicks and then they split up, they want shit back. Well, why did you give it to them in the beginning? If you give it, you give it. That's it. Leave it there. Wow, you gone. Get out of my house. If you're making millions of dollars, go buy another chain. But see, that's when you know they be really shallow men because they still can't get past it. So he still must have feelings for her because why would you care about a chain or a necklace or an old watch that you gave her many years ago? So home invasions is definitely going to be a thing this year for Super Bowls too. And like I said, a lot. I don't know if I show you that other clip. A lot of that stuff be ending up in these South American crime syndicates. Man, that high-end jewelry, man, you can't get rid of that shit that easy when you steal something from a millionaire athlete like that. You just can't go run and grab Snoop Dogg's chain and then run to a local pawn shop and try to get it off and thinking you're going to really, first of all, you ain't going to get nothing on it, pennies on the dollar. And then they're going to track you back down. Man, look, it's hard. Man, look, it sounds easy on paper to just go ahead and gaffle somebody out of their high-end jewelry and stuff. But the work's going to come in of how you going to launder it, how you going to cash it into currency for you. And that's where these crime syndicates come in at. They the ones pushing the buttons, telling who to go rob what and get what. This is like a grocery list, like an Instacart. Man, I need a 3-carat diamond ring. I need a couple of rollies. And they put a hit out and they send all these little goon squads out there to go get it. And then they bring it back to an individual and then they cash them out. That's how this works. This don't end up in no pawn shop. Those days are over. You can't just go take stolen high-end goods to pawn shops anymore because there's huge accountability. Everything's on camera. Everything's digitized. Everything's going to be a receipt, a record, and everything. But back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, oh, hell no. You could just go take shit to a pawn shop and just get cashed out, and that was it. I mean, that's where they start now when they hit these high-end crimes waves hit. They go right to the pawn shops first. So, and if it's a dirty pawnbroker, he probably can meet you in a back alley some way and break you off bread. But how long is he going to get away with doing that? Because a lot of the FBI and stuff, they be following these. I don't know about following, but they track a lot of pawnbrokers, what they do in they daily, because they know some of them are kind of shady, so they always looking into their background and what's going on and getting audited and stuff, and weirdos undercover tasks, people coming up into their pawn shop trying to sell them stuff that's hot and see how they respond to it. And trust me, I know a little bit about that. But yeah, man. So I was just thinking, like, hey, what about us regular deglers that's just gonna be sitting back with barbecue sauce all on our face, eating chicken, watching the game. Ooh, way to go, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, boom, door get kicked in. What you gonna do then? See, because now you got your guard down. And so I got a couple solutions for you. Yeah, we got the shout out to Toya and Jen, the head honcho. I like that engraving you did on that on your Glock 17. Was that or Glock 34? What was that on? Glock 17, that head honcho, like laser engraving. I was thinking about laser engraving this one in Laker colors, purple and gold. Get this motherfucker purple and gold. What y'all think about that? That Glock 35. Get that thing laser engraved or get it Cerakoted in Laker colors. You see what I'm saying? That'd be tight. But yeah, so Hassan, it's a clear weapon, by the way, YouTube. Safe control environment. Just having fun here. But yeah, so I say have something like this on you and keep that right near on you, because this is my Super Bowl pistol today for the house. This is gonna be right there, ready to go. Super Bowl pistol right there, ready to go. Shout out to Zulsi for the Oak Plus. Zulsi make great optics. So this is gonna be right by me, Super Bowl pistol. You know, because it's like I said, I'm in Central Standard Time, and so it's a little later kickoff, and you never know what could happen. You might be sitting in the bathroom. That's why you gotta have it on you. You know, I got my holster, but I ain't gonna put it in it right now. But you got to have it on you or sitting right by you, just in case something happened. And like I said, everybody's situation is gonna be different, because you might have small children and stuff. Me, I got guns laying all over the place. So this will be, like I said, I can have my bodyguard 380 on me, and then I can have this in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Then I could have this like stacked right next to me on the couch or somewhere I'm watching the game. I'm not gonna rack this one because this is ready to go right now, and I can have that ready to go too, sitting right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no guests. Ain't nobody coming to my house. I don't have no Super Bowl parties and I don't know nobody. So I just moved to this state, and I don't know nobody down here other than a handful of people that I work with. But like I said, we don't hang out like that. So I don't really have no friends down here. So I don't have to really worry about did I let someone come in my house? There's no one's been in my home since I've been in Louisiana, and it's going to stay that way. So only people been in here is service people, stuff like that. And I keep my eye on them and watch out what's going on. So I don't have to worry about did I bring some traffic through here, and is this person going to try to set me up or something like that? So I don't really have a lot of that because I don't have a busy household. And like I said, my daughter is Xavier. So, she hangs out with a small crowd. They don't come over here. The only people come over here is our softball teammates. And they've all been screened. They all been screened. So I already know that they, what they all about. And and like I said, it's not the whole team, because my daughter doesn't hang out with the entire, they're all teammates, but they don't all hang out like best. They have their own little crew that they associate with, even though they're on a team. That's just the way it is. It was like that for me too. So I have a shotgun ready to go too, right by my in the couch. So that could just be laying right there, ready to go. And you got your pistol, you know what I'm saying, ready to go. You never know. They don't have to be in the same area, but you got to have something on you, because like I said, anything happens. And I keep all my windows wide open, the blinds up in the daytime, so I can see all types of movement. I got a ring, I got a blink system, all types of surveillance and cameras. And I'm the type of person that actually I actually look at my blink and my ring when it goes off. I don't just ignore it. I'll actually look and see. A lot of times, we got a lot of cats. Like in Louisiana, I don't know if y'all know this, but in Louisiana, stray cats, you can't really do nothing about it. So you can't call SPCA and say, get them up out of here, because they consider it like their neighborhood. If there's a bunch of stray cats in your neighborhood, they're considered residents of your neighborhood. So you really can't do nothing about it. Now, the good part about it, no one complains about it, because, Louisiana, we got a lot of critters, lizards, snakes, all kind of little stuff, possums and stuff like that. So the cats, they do their part, and I just don't feed them, because if you feed them motherfuckers, they're going to just be all over your property, just there every day looking for a meal. So I don't feed them. I don't pet them. I don't do any of that stuff, but I don't bother them. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times the cats would be out there messing around and the motion to pick up the ring, but I still get up and look and make sure and confirm. And so that's where y'all be slipping at, is that y'all be sitting there letting y'all rings go off and y'all ignore it because you don't want to get up and look. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I get up and just just visually go give a good look, get the gun up and, go out to the front and see, okay, look at the curtain, make sure everything looking good, and then go back and lay down. Since give me a sense of comfort, like, hey, I went and cleared my house again because I heard something. So you got to pay attention to all those little bumps and crinks and stuff like that, because these goons are real slick, and like they play off your laziness. Like, they'll convince themselves like, oh, he's not gonna wake up, or they're not gonna wake up. They'll actually convince themselves that you're not gonna get up. So that's when they got a beat on our behavior and our laziness. This is a clear weapon, by the way. So now this will be set up too, part of the Super Bowl setup, home defense setup, because this is like if everything goes bad, like, there's like 10 dudes jumping out, because like I said, when they come, they don't come like the old cat burglar days, with the mask and creeping in with the sack and leave their shoes at the door so they don't squeak on the floor. Man, hell no, they coming in with that. Well, they coming in 3, 4, 5 deep. They got another car outside for to give them, surveillance on what's going on in the block. They probably got another car around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So they might come 2 or 3 cars, but only 4 or 5 dudes jump out. And what you gonna do? You gonna shoot every last one person with a pistol? You be shooting your ass off. You want to turn into Annie Oakley with this motherfucker right here. But I tell you what, partner, this I'm gonna be able to go ahead and execute much faster shots, and I'm gonna be able to lay you out, all y'all, pop, 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 and I got the suppressor on there to keep the concussion down, so I can stay calm and stay focused. And yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. Now, if y'all notice, I took the other brace off. Man, I'm telling you right now, this is my old school brace I had. Anybody follow my channel? It's the one this little adapter kit right here. It's not a real buffer. It's hollow inside, but it's a folder though. But man, let me tell you, when I was sitting back watching somebody else Kuna video, I thought this looked way better than that little skeleton brace. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, that thing, it's a little tactical and a little skeletonized and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you 3 reasons why I like this a little bit better. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And I already had this laying around because I had this on the blade at one point. I had this on the Zastava at one point, and I just kept upgrading. So the Zastava got the CNC Warrior brace, then the blade got the Scorpion brace. So I just took this off and just kind of like threw it in on the thing. It had the SB tactical brace on there with that little insert to make that hard. So this the first reason why I like this better than the skeletonized one is I can get a better pull. This is much more comfortable to extend this out. It extends further than the brace. So now, boom, that feels much better extension, better ergonomics on that for sure. That's the first thing I like about it. And then the second thing I like about this better, this gives you a better cheek weld. Man, that other thing was like right there on your chin, like, it's kind of weird. And it didn't come out this far, so it was kind of like right, I think it's about right there, I think. So you're just kind of like, you're all cramped up like this. I saw somebody shooting a 7.5-inch ARP. Was that Sleeps OBK Fly, I think? Yeah, man. Sleeps. You be shooting your 7.5 like that. Is that comfortable? Because I don't find that really comfortable. Like, it's too cramped. Some people like that. So I extend mine out, like, so I can get a boom like this. So I like that. Now, if I was going to get up in the middle of the night, I'll probably just have it like that, just for short compactness. But you can preset your preset. Now that's a perfect pull for me. That little bit more than the brace, that little skeletonized brace. So I like that pull. That's a pretty good pull. This position is good too. I think that's the position I like the best. Yeah, that's the one right there. So I like that. That's the other part I like about it is you get a little bit better. You can adjust your pull extension of the brace out. I like that this brace is firm back here too, because I put that insert. These inserts is by a company called Hammy. Stiffy makes one too. Stiffy's a company that makes these too. They're expensive though. They're like $27 for one. This is a 3D printed one by a company called Hammy, and I think you get 3 for $20, something like that. So, but what it does is it stiffens that brace up. I mean, look at that. That thing don't flop. Anybody know about SB3 tactical braces? This thing would be flopping all over the place if this wasn't in there. It'd be all wrapped around there. And see, look at that. It's almost like a stock now. So that's what I like also. And then again, it folds too. So I don't give up the folding part of it. The only thing about this one, it only folds one way. The other one folds both ways. But I'm a lefty, so this again, ideal. This is better for me anyway. So those are three reasons why I like this one, and I like the price. So I already had it, so I ain't had to pay for nothing. So that's my three things why I like this brace the best, because this comes off. See, that's just the brace, and then this is the buffer. It's hollow. You see, this is a screw in there, and if you get this, make sure you put a long screwdriver and tighten this down. Sometimes it'll get loose on you. But I put black electrical tape so it wouldn't wiggle. You know, I hate that wobble stuff sometimes. So some YouTuber told me like, yeah, man, just put black electrical tape on there, and then it'll fill in that little gap. But yeah, it's just a hollow buffer, and then this thing is just basically dirt cheap. I think who turned me on it? Yeah, again, I keep telling y'all go by his channel, Silver and Black Entertainment. Shout out to Silver and Black Entertainment. He turned me on to this. We be fucking with China on a lot of little shit, and this is a little Chinese made one, and I think this thing was like $40 folding buffer tube brace. I mean, $40. I mean, it's metal too. It ain't like it's polymer. This motherfucker is solid. You know what I'm saying? Got your adjustments on it too. So I thought this is better. And that other brace, I'm still gonna keep it. I ain't getting rid of it. It's just that I just think this is better. That's just me. This is better for me. It's not probably better for everybody, but that's a better setup for me than that other brace. So this will be definitely in the fold. And in case the Goon Squad want to try something with me today, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be mission failed. And because I'm ready, and that's all you gotta do is just be ready. You don't want to use none of this stuff, me personally, because it's a headache explaining all this. Clear firearm, but yeah, you definitely want to be ready, man, and have all your firepower lined up. And like I said, if you're having house parties and stuff like that, be careful. Hold on, I got a clip for you.
Home in Murray Hill. It ended with a woman and two men being shot.
News Dash reporter Zach Lashway joins us live from that neighborhood. Zach, I know you've been talking with neighbors there about this violence. Very upsetting.
Yeah, I just spoke with one woman on camera. She describes the whole ordeal as very scary. She lives nearby where this shooting happened. She just arrived home. She was sleeping. Her home was shot by bullets multiple times. She said she was sleeping in the room next to where the bullets went into the room. But again, she says it was extremely scary. I spoke to another man off camera earlier this morning. He says he heard a lot of screaming, and then he heard the gunshots. Now, to give you perspective on where we are, like Bruce just said, we are in Jacksonville's Murray Hill neighborhood, but we're 1 block away from Casa Avenue. We're along Plymouth Street here, and this morning, this entire block was closed. At this hour, you can see that it has reopened, but trash debris is everywhere in and around the street. According to police, this shooting stemmed from a fight at a Super Bowl party. It happened inside a home. According to investigators, someone roughed up someone's girlfriend. That then led to a fight. That fight moved from the inside of the home to outside and took place right behind us. The 911 call came in at around 11:45 last night.
Okay, you saw that clip right there. Yeah, that's that house party, man. That was a house party clip from the Super Bowl. So these house parties are they can be volatile too, man. Like I don't know if you remember, like about maybe 3 months ago. Nah, not even 3 months. I think like 3 weeks ago, there's a case where a dude shot his wife over a game. It wasn't a Super Bowl, it was just a game over a game. That an argument and then just shot her. I think he shot the kid and her. Somebody help me out on that. It was a case like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Some white cat shot his wife and his girl and his kid over a game or argument or something like that. Man, that's crazy. So you can imagine at a Super Bowl party, you got all these people up here drinking, partying, doing all kind of illicit drugs and whatever it may be. It don't even have to be drugs and alcohol. It could be just rage. Somebody just got hot and somebody just, because they said that clip said that it all started because dude was I think roughing up his girlfriend or something like that, or talking crazy to her, probably got up in her face or something like that, and probably smashed her face, like get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a lot of reasons why somebody could just flash at a Super Bowl party, because there's a lot of flowing parts up in at a Super Bowl party. You got food, alcohol, like I said, some people on weed, some people on stronger alcohol, some people on pills, some people are angry, some people are sports fanatics, meaning like you say something bad about their team, they might just flash and want to like get violent with you. And people usually bring people to Super Bowl parties that they don't know. Like it might be my party, but I invite one of you guys, and y'all bring somebody. You say, oh yeah, this is my cousin, or whatever. But we don't know all along your cousin over here. This dude off the hook. He got major mental problems and stuff, and he just loved the Patriots. And so little do we know, he over here mad because Patriots getting ramrodded, and then he pulls his gun out and starts shooting everybody. So I'm saying, but it can escalate. I ain't saying that's gonna happen. I'm saying, but it can escalate to the point where it don't take much, man. If you got mentally unstable people overhyped over an event that really ain't gonna change nobody's life, they might do something to change somebody's life. So, like I said, the Super Bowl parties, got to be careful with them. House parties, keep it to a minimum, and don't think that your crazy relatives can't go crazy, go psycho too on you at a Super Bowl party or something like that. So don't always be looking for someone from the outside to come in and then inflict some kind of pain or danger upon you. It could be one of your own family members, man, because just because they family don't mean they don't got problems. And a lot of us know that we got off the hook crazy family members. I know I do. I don't have anything around me right now, but in general, in my family, we had some criminal minded people in our family, and relatives that didn't do the right thing, always in trouble, always up to something. Everybody got somebody in their family is always up to something. Like as soon as you see the phone number, you're like, man, what this motherfucker want? Like you already know. Like he wants something, needs something, whatever it may be. Man, can I borrow this? Can I get that? Now I don't got that around me right now, but when I was younger, when we all were younger, my relatives stuff, we had a lot of that going on and things of that nature. And so you got to be conscious, because you never know what your relatives are doing on the side. You just know them probably from y'all play football in the backyard and, eating now laters and eating chips and stuff, hanging out. Well, little do you know, that motherfucker out there as a menace. He's out there running around terrorizing folks. You just don't know about it. And now all of a sudden you invite him to your Super Bowl party, and now this man went up in there and start jacking people and stuff and acting crazy. So just be careful, man, these Super Bowl parties, and definitely, even if you if you meet, like if you like me and you don't have a big party going on and you're just going to be you and your wife, whatever, sitting in the house chilling, just be ready. Just have a couple things sitting by your table, by your couch, wherever you're watching the game, man. If you're in the backyard, like I'm gonna be in the backyard probably for a little bit, probably moving it inside at the second half or the third quarter. The halftime show, you got Bad Bunny, all that going on, so that's gonna be a big distraction. The halftime show, that's when the goons are gonna pick up an ideal point to catch you slipping. You got to remember that they ain't gonna wait. They ain't gonna do like, wow, man, let's wait till this. No, they gonna catch you when you fully are absorbed and distracted, and boom, here they come. And then when they come, boom, you be ready. Man, you ain't got a trip, bro. You ain't got a trip. You ain't just as long as you're ready. And anybody around you talking all that nonsense, like why you need a gun on Super Bowl Sunday, kick them out of your house. Like you get unless it's your wife, but of course you can't kick your wife. But if anybody talking that nonsense, why you got a gun on you at a Super Bowl party, that's the people you need to get up out of your house. Get them up out of there. Out of there. So yeah, but man, I know a little long video, but I just want to come in on this Sunday Super Bowl and just drop some information and let you guys know that I do predict there will be a celebrity home. Now, I'm sure the players now are all conscious of Super Bowl home invasions, because now it's just way too much information. But the problem is they don't realize that it's coming from an inside source. So they may not change what they do. They thinking like, oh man, that happened because of so and so. They don't really realize that the motherfucker you've been letting come over here all this time, he the one setting all this shit up. So they might just be blind to the fact that they got a mole in their hole, in their circle. So you got to find out who these moles are, and you got to weed them out, because yeah, man, people nowadays are selling out their own relatives, friends, partners, associates. They find out that you got something, and then they want it, and they know somebody that would pay for it, then you could be a victim. And that's why I say keep everything nice and tight, your circle nice and tight. Don't have a lot of people around you. Don't be having a lot of people in your home. Have you a nice shotgun ready to go. That'll clean the room out right there. That'll get everybody's attention. If somebody wants to come in and act silly, doing foolish stuff, give them a foolish prize. You know what I'm saying? If it's just one goon or two goons, just go ahead, get your pistol out, let them know what's going on. Hey man, back up, get up out of my house. And if they decide to go ahead and proceed forward with strong aggression and they present a fatal threat to you, machete, knife, gun, then you got to do what you got to do. And if you see multiple goons coming through your door, this is when you need something like this. And then you just start chopping them down, like one by one, pop, 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 pop. And then, call 911, scrape them off the floor, and then you continue with your party, eat your chicken wings. No. But yeah, man, I just want to let y'all see that little home invasion, celebrity home invasion. But don't get caught up thinking that, that it can't happen to you. This can happen to any of us, me, you, anybody. Only difference is you're going to be ready. Does it mean you're going to win? Who knows? But if you got something like this and something like this, it gives your ass a fighting chance. That's for damn sure. Like I said, like I said, you're gonna have to lay it out how your house is and how many small children and people around running around. Some people have kids and stuff and grandkids, all these parties, so you just can't have guns like this laying around. So you're gonna have to figure out a plan. But I got my plan. I'm ready to go. I ain't tripping. Ain't nothing going. I'm gonna have my plan set to go. Like I said, that's just me and my wife chilling, watching the game. Bad Bunny coming on. I'm like, soon as Bad Bunny coming on, this is coming out. I'm gonna be like this. Oh, what's that? Oh, see, already. What's that? You know what I'm saying? All right, you got to get all. Oh, this gonna be chambered too. Oh, this is gonna be chambered. All right, man. I'm not gonna be sitting here trying to rack and all that shit, putting the mag. Man, as soon as this video is over, man, a full 30 going up in this motherfucker right here, and one in the head. Whop. This one is already hot, so we ain't got to worry about that. As soon as this is over, I got the full mag laying right there. It's gonna be one at top up top too, boom, 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 ready to go. Man, we ain't about to be sitting here racking and racking and slide and pulling the charging handle down. And man, only thing gonna be on is safety. Just that. And then safety off, safety on, safety off, safety on. That's it. I ain't saying with this. Just safety on, safety off. That's it. Clock. We already know that your finger is your safety. So maybe the scenery running around racking no fucking guns and all that kind of shit when the goons coming in. You think the goons are gonna rack their gun when they get inside your house? Man, they coming in this thing hot. Safety off. They come in through the door, safety off like this. So you better be in the same position. You better meet them with the same energy, or you're gonna be a victim of that nonsense, man. But man, I've rambled enough. I gotta get up here, start getting set up. Gotta go get put these ribs in the oven. I was gonna grill, but we gonna do. Let me tell you what my lineup is gonna be. I'm doing beef ribs. I got deviled eggs. I got potato skins. We got potato skins. I got a salad. Some other stuff. But I think that's about it. We ain't going crazy because it ain't that many of us. Oh, we can probably do some oysters probably too. I might go get a sack of oysters and have some on a half shell and then charbroil a few of those up too. Not really sure if I feel like doing that, but maybe. We'll see how it goes though. But nonetheless, man, y'all have a fun Super Bowl. Be safe. I predict, let's see, Seattle, New England. I think it's going to be a tighter game than people think it's going to be. So I'm going to say probably, for the most part, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Seattle, and I'm going to say the score is going to be 31-27 Seattle. I'll go with that. Pretty close game. I think it'll come down to a field goal and a fumble at the end or something like that, a pick six or something. But I think Seattle will go and pull it out. I'll say 31-27 Seattle, and we'll just go with that. I don't like New England, but I'm not picking the score because I don't like them. I'm just going to give you a real pick. But I definitely can't stand New England. New England owned us when Bill Belichick and Tom Brady was there. I think Mike Tomlin's 1-10 against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So I'm not a New England fan, but they got a good squad. They earned it. They're AFC champions. But I think this is Seattle's year. They look like got a little bit of mojo going for them right now. They will have the home field advantage because Santa Clara is more Seattle country, because when Seattle was in the original AFC West, a lot of y'all young kids don't know that they realigned the NFL. But the old AFC West used to be Denver, Seattle, Raiders, Chargers. Yeah, Seattle, Denver, Raiders, Chargers, Kansas City. That was the original AFC West, and then they changed it all around. But so I think a lot of the people on the West Coast are going to jump on the Seattle side because Richard Sherman played at Stanford and Marshawn Lynch played at Cal, and they both are, and Sam Darnold played at USC. So they have a lot of West Coast influence on that team. So we'll see how it goes, though. But to the next video, man, everybody stay blessed. Hey, be prepared. Enjoy the game. Keep your head in a swivel. Get you some firepower ready to go. And enjoy the show, man. Let's go. Peace.